It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown.
Good. So now you've started your professional journey, Marlon. Where do you see this going for you?
But I want to be world champion UFC. Obviously, I don't really look into any other promotions. Like, no one ever wants to be the world champion at Bellator. Dude, you don't want to, like, obviously you'd want to, but you don't grow up saying that. UFC is obviously the goal. So yeah, UFC. For the time being, obviously I think the best option is to fight on local shows to build my name a little bit. Obviously you've got your cage warriors and that, but I don't want to be tied up in like crazy contracts. Like, I've had a few offers in the past with like managers and that. And even like a year ago, I had like a manager offering me for something, but it would have meant that I'd be tied up in like contracts for years going on and on and on. So it's just not really what you need, is it? With the local shows at the minute, I'm still making an alright bit of dough, ticket sales and that. So don't see why not. And then maybe just branch out. Like there's other ones like Brave and that, isn't he, which look like they're doing big things. ACB used to be one of the big ones, but that went probably downhill, didn't it? Yeah, I'd say that UFC is the main goal. But, just fighting small and taking your time.
So who advises you now, then, Marlon?
Manager wise, I don't even have a manager. I've said for a bit, to be honest, I don't want a manager just yet. To be honest, I could probably do with one, because I always feel cheeky with sponsors. Like, sponsors will message me like asking me what do you want, and I'm like,
$600 million.
Don't know, just leave it up to them. You say you give me whatever you want, because I'm not gonna feel cheeky going, yeah, give me this and this and this, even though it's what's meant to happen in it. But I don't know, I could probably do with a manager to be cheeky for me, but for now it's just for me fights and that. Phil, me coach, he sorts the fighting, and then I've got a lot of people that help me out though, like my uncle Charles, he's my S&C coach, but I speak to him a lot about everything. I've got a lot of people around me, to be honest, to talk to and help me with that, but as of manager wise, I don't have one just yet. Don't really need someone taking 15% or like 10% or whatever of what you're earning, especially when it's not that much. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. No, well said, Marlon. And yeah, if you can keep it in house with the likes of either Phil, Dean, or Charlie, that would be your best option, I think.
Yeah. For the time being, when it starts getting to the big money, like proper contracts and that, then obviously you're gonna need them to step in. But
Ali,
it's all good.
Abdelaziz, that's the guy you want, mate.
Yeah, so Mo's when
he'll get you Meek Mill.
We start texting, right? And we've been texting for almost 4 months.
He'll get you Meek Mill. Believe.
Say I believe in myself. When everybody stop believing, never leave on yourself.
Oh, Mo's with Paradigm, is he?
Yeah, he's with Paradigm. They've smashed it for him. Obviously, Mo was a big name anyway, but he's done well. He's got like a beat deal with them, and he's doing quite well as well with his fighting and that. So, don't know. There's a lot of options when you get there, but if it's signed with a smaller manager, what's the point? Because when you get the bigger ones viewing you, like if Mo took a local manager or whatever, he won't be with Paradigm. You know what I mean? So, best to just hold out in it.
Yeah,
and then go for it then.
Absolutely. And whilst we're still on the subject of the professionals, Marlon, it would be remiss if I didn't get your take on your close friend and teammate, episode 11 guest, Liam McCracken, who recently made his professional debut. How good, despite all of the challenges over the last 2 years, that you both remain aligned on your respective journeys to greatness?
You know what, with Liam, yeah, he's done well for himself anyway. He just got back, got his fight out the way, first debut. It's like flawless, really, wasn't it? Did you watch the fight yourself?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So,
of course I did.
And he's got the other one in 3 weeks, is it? 4 weeks, and after everything he went through last year, like
I know,
he nearly died, to be honest. So
I know
that'd write most people off, and But yeah, I don't know if you've seen now. He's not just a dad basher anymore. Even
He's
just
a dad now. Yeah, he's
So,
he's a dad now. From dad basher to dad.
yeah, he told us that a few weeks before the fight as well. So my head fell off a bit at first. I was like, seriously, but you know, he's extra bit of motivation for him, and it's doing well. So
Yeah.
baby's gonna have a cool dad, isn't he?
He's going to have a very cool dad. Absolutely. Wow. Very good. Very good. Congratulations to you, Liam. So Marlon, let's now flash back and to your MMA debut in 2017 and on the same day as UFC on Fox 24, headlined by Demetrius Johnson, who was defending his UFC flyweight belts. Was Demetrius one of those fighters you looked up to at the time?
At the time, yeah, but then he went to the one championship, didn't he? I haven't really seen much of him since then. I've seen him having like some mad fight with like a Thai boxing in it, where it's like one round's MMA, then the next round's Thai boxing or striking or whatever. It's mad, that, isn't it? But yeah, he was like the GOAT DJ, really. That like suplex into the armbar was heavy. A lot of things that he done well, but don't know. He's a bit out of the eyesight now, and he in one for me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your debut was at Budo 20 in Bolton, and you were joined on the card by some familiar faces like episode 2 guest Ben Crawley, Jamal Raja, and Paul Evans, who clinched the featherweight title. Do you remember that day well, Marlon?
Yeah, Evo was the Budo king really back in the day. Sure, he went for like a double belt. I don't know if he fought for it in the end, but yeah, that was a mad little day. That falls in like a church. I'm sure it was Easter Sunday or something.
Was it Easter Sunday as well?
I'm sure.
You're kidding?
It was something like that.
No way.
Like that anyway, but it might have been the weekend or something. But I remember I had to walk through a hotel. I'd warmed up, walk through a hotel, and then into the cage, and it was like some chapel or something. It was mad. But you know, wouldn't change it like 24 seconds really. That fight was, I think that was my first one. Obviously, I've fought in the past like kickboxing and stuff, but I remember going into that fight, I think just wondering that was kind of the show me to tell me if I'm good at it really with the MMA. Probably, if I lost it, I probably just thought that's pointless. I'm not the best. You know what I mean?
Really?
But showing me, yeah, I don't remember.
For real?
I don't remember telling anyone like, but yeah, but there's a lot of pressure on you, isn't it? You didn't know if it was good or everyone's just telling you, like blowing smoke up your ass, and but obviously when
you're
they're
good
in there, and as we mentioned earlier, JJ. I think I was meant to fight JJ that time. That was meant to be my debut, but
that's right.
I can't remember what happened. I think he ended up pulling out. He got injured or something, but and then I ended up fighting him, and then JJ was my next fight, really.
Yeah.
Not too long down the line.
Yeah. Well, coming back to your debut then, Marlon, and as you mentioned, you were fighting fellow debutee Kai Collins from Soul Rogers MMA, and you won it via rear naked choke in only 24 seconds. Was that outcome better than what you dreamed of the night before?
Say so, yeah. I wouldn't have ever expected it, to be honest.
Of course not.
He went asleep as well. I think that was the first. It might have been the first time I've ever choked anyone else. I was just thinking, wow. I remember just his body going limp and that. It's mad. It's a mad feeling. I think on the video, like I'm choking him and don't think the ref noticed, and I've felt like he's going to kill him, looking up at the ref, like, what's going on, and then
yeah,
it was. I don't know.
Yeah, and you had Liam and Scott standing at cage side.
Yeah, the boys.
The boys. The boys.
I think it was Liam, because his first fight he fought Zach, didn't he? And he got like an early finish, and remember, like, man was just a bit shorter than this.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, 2 seconds or something. Yeah, nice. You still had that rivalry even back then.
Yeah, bloody hell.
That's important.
That with me 24/7. You can ask him.
Yeah, but that's important, no?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you need that competitive.
Like a good time for each other, yeah, because we're
exactly perfect. Same age, same passion, similar weights.
Yeah, we used to be the exact same, like same height and everything. Just shot up a little bit in the past few years, but
yeah,
we was lucky to find each other. Like
perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And exactly 2 months later, and you mentioned him just now, Marlon, Cage Warriors Academy comes calling, and your first of 2 fights against episode 9 guest JJ Danger Mouse Jones, a combatant you know well, as you were in Brian Kenwright's corner when he fought JJ at Almighty 1 only 6 months earlier. So what were you expecting from JJ?
To be honest, I can't remember that one, to be honest, too much.
What
I remember the last one.
the
That
Brian
was
fight?
Well, I remember the Brian fight. Yeah. Don't know. I didn't never expect the fight in JJ at the time. I think he was. I think that was 52 what he fought playing at.
Yeah.
When he fought me. He went up weight and became a flyweight. But
that was a Class B fight as well with Brian.
I'm C that. No headshots at all.
Or was it C?
Yeah.
I thought it was Class B.
Kai Collins. I think my one with Kai was on B. That just means that there's no ground about at the head. But yeah, then me and JJ was the first MMA fight that I had. That was good as well. That was good. I went out all guns blazing on that. I think in the first, like if you watch the fight, like you run at him, throw about 20 punches, head kicks, and then flying around the cage, chasing him everywhere. But I don't know, over the years, it took a while to get out of me, like, but over the years, it's slowly coming out and take me time a bit more in fights.
Yeah, and that was also the very first Cage Warriors Northwest Academy fight.
Yeah, mad that, innit?
The very first one.
Crazy, and then we was fighting for the belt not too long after.
Yeah,
mad, innit?
The very first one. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people know that, but yeah, if you don't know, now you know. So the fight with JJ ended in the second round after another rear naked choke. You dominated proceedings and looked as comfortable on the feet as you did on the ground. JJ, in his interview with me, admitted he got completely wiped out.
I had to improve everything, you know. I think I got completely wiped out in the first one, truthfully. Like, I'm always truthful, you know. He showed a great level of skill and he was a great athlete, you know.
How would you assess your performance?
Don't know, in that one, it was quite one-sided, that fight, to be honest. Don't know, though, I feel like I did go all guns blazing though again, you know what I mean? Like, you got to take down, even going into the second round, it was my first time even being in the second round, innit? So even doing a full round, so I think I remember going in the second round thinking, I'm tired here, me. And then I feel like I had sloppy kick at him, and then he's ended up taking me down off it, but then I end up reversing it. Like, I remember just listening, I think it was Phil in the corner. I remember he said to me, like, grab the airport. I think you can hear it on the audio on one of the videos anyway, that years of it. And then I ended up doing it and taking us back and choking him. But yeah, that was another good one. I think you're going to sleep there. But it is a mad feeling.
Yeah. So let's flash forwards and to your fourth MMA contest, Marlon, and your first opportunity at MMA Gold when you were faced with the task of 8-0 Sam Bird for the vacant Cage Warriors Northwest Academy flyweight title and in your home city of Liverpool. Describe the occasion for us, please, Marlon.
Yeah, that one was boss, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I remember it going up to that fight. I think that was when I first started learning all about visualizations and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I think my coach was telling me, like, don't like visualize the actual knockout or whatever you're gonna do. Just really visualize, like, celebrating after it. And then, but I was always thinking about jumping on the cage after the fight with the belt, and then there's a picture of me on the cage with the belt over me head. It's sick. That was boss, to be honest. And again, it was in Liverpool. I had so many people there for me. I was only 16. I think I had sold 100 tickets, so it was special. Like, I'll be first night out after that.
Yeah, really? Few bevies?
Just stood there awkwardly. Didn't know what to do. Didn't last long, like. But...
Sure. You also made. I don't know if you're aware, but you also made the fight poster for that particular event alongside Marcus Lewis, Lewis Lee Scott, Adam Ventry, Liam Gittins, and Nathan Fletcher.
Did I? Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
remember that. Mad,
Yeah, you did, and you were fighting for the belt that was vacated by Liam Gittins of Next Gen.
Nah, what it was with that
No,
belt, that was the junior flyweight belt. So with Cage Warriors at the time, it was basically made for like us, like me and Liam and stuff, because we was only young, didn't we? And the people to fight are like all adults, like at the level, you know what I mean? They're all old, and our coaches didn't really want us fighting adults at that time until we was like 18 properly, you know. Even when I was 17, I thought probably 26-year-old or whatever he was, but it weren't like it weren't the best, was it? You want kind of young people to fight young people, so they made Cage Warriors made that junior belt, which are what I fought for, and then later on Liam fought for it as well against Curtis. Yeah, I think, to be honest, Cage Warriors Academy since that time has ended up falling apart. The Northwest one anyway, so which is just a shame. Like that was probably one of the best shows, but
yeah,
what the opportunity for
whatever happened to that?
Don't know. Couldn't even start. To be honest, it was one of the best shows. I loved it, to be honest, but don't know, it's not the best. It's not the worst, because Almighty and have picked up, haven't they? And
Yes,
picked up the slack, and now Almighty's the main show in Liverpool, isn't it? So
yes,
yeah.
it is, and unbelievably, Marlon, you submit Sam via rear naked choke in just 1 minute 18 seconds. A guy with 6 rear naked chokes to his name. You are now crowned the Cage Warriors Academy flyweight champion. Do you rate, or did you rate, that belt as the most prestigious amateur title?
Probably, like at my age, yeah. Like, the goal was obviously to go for the proper one not too long after that, when I was old enough, you know what I mean? But yeah, at that time, that was a big belt to have. Like Cage Warriors in it, even just the name. Like anyone that asks, any people that don't have a clue, and they're like, what belt have you got? I don't, what are you fighting? And you say Cage Warriors, they know, then don't they? Like you can link it to something and actually think it means something. If I go to someone now, I've got the Almighty belt here, just be like, what's Almighty? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cage Warriors is more like a household name, so that was good. But when you actually know about it, when you know what you're talking about, I'd say, I don't know, I'd say they all mean the same to me, to be honest, because you can fight the same person for it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. Do you still own that belt, Marlon, or not?
Yeah, that's an ours that got down the Almighty one. Obviously, lost the UFC one, but yeah.
You got to keep them.
Yeah,
really? For real? Both of them?
Yeah, I hope Ray doesn't come to me now. That's mine. That's yours. Nowhere.
Right, yeah. You still got both. That's really cool.
Surely they want to be promoted when I've made it, though. Honestly, I'd say it's probably more in their favour to leave me with the belt. You know what I mean?
Their interest.
No taking them back. Like, lose a few £100 now for however much it costs you.
Wow.
Get more promotion when you're older, a few years down the line, innit?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's amazing. And coming back to the Sam fight, how effective was landing that sidekick?
Yeah, I remember with the Sam fight, that's when I really started using my sidekick. I'd done it when I was a kid, obviously, in kickboxing, but remember in that camp I just started using it loads, because I think I said in one of my interviews, actually, that I seen him, like, in his fights, like, rushes in on you, so I used my sidekick. I thought I'd use that to, like, keep my distance. I don't really like, front kicks are good, but you always end up whacking your toes on someone's elbow or something. And then, so, to be honest, since he started using that camp, I'd say anyone that sparred me, that's probably the kick that I used the most, my sidekick, or just throwing my lead leg up at them. Yeah, did I land the sidekick on him? I think it did, actually. Like,
you did.
On. It's only an early 5 minutes, but yeah, I'd say it worked, and it improved my game, because it just added something different. Not many people use sidekicks or even know what they are, you know what I mean? So
true. It's
just a little random kick. And I remember one of my mates came from Thai boxing, and when I've done it, he was like, what was that side TP done there? It's just, no one really knows what it is.
Your trademark.
Yeah, I could say so, like.
Absolutely.